The gospel that we heard is part of the high priestly prayer of Jesus. Here is a man named Jesus preaching about charity, preaching about unity, but what emerged are some, believe it or not, what emerged are some 45,000, I repeat, 45,000 different Christian denominations, some of them antagonistic to one another. With an original group of 12 apostles, what emerged some 2,000 years later are splintered churches, divided churches, each preaching about the original commandment of the Lord to love one another. Believe it or not, there are more than 45,000 denominations globally. The followers of Jesus span the whole globe, but the global body of more than 2 billion Christians, they are separated into thousands of denominations. As of my knowledge, cut off in September 2021, there are thousands of them. The exact number can vary depending on how one defines a denomination, because some groups consider themselves independent, but other groups consider themselves part of a larger denomination. I consulted ChatGPT early this morning. I asked ChatGPT, how many Christian denominations are there all over the world, and which are the top 3 Christian groups all over the world? And this is the answer that I got from ChatGPT. Identifying the top 3 denominations in terms of membership can be very challenging because of differences in reporting and varying sources of data. However, historically, 3 major Christian denominations have had significant global membership. Number 1 on the list, the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church is the largest, the oldest Christian denomination, with an estimated membership of over 1.3 billion people. The second is the Eastern Orthodox Church. It is the second largest Christian denomination, with a membership of several 100 million believers. And this group includes various autocephalous churches. When you say autocephalous, it means self-governing churches, and they include the Greek Orthodox Church, the Russian Orthodox Church, and others. The third largest group all over the world are the mainline Protestant churches. Protestantism is a diverse movement that encompasses numerous denominations. There are several of them, or many of them, the Baptists, the Lutherans, the Methodists, the Presbyterians, the Anglicans, the Pentecostals, and many others, and collectively, Protestant denominations have a significant global membership with hundreds of millions of adherents. My dear brothers and sisters, today we listen to a portion of the so-called priestly prayer of the Lord during the Last Supper. The Lord said in His prayer, "Father, I pray that they may be one, just as you and I are one." The Lord prayed for the unity of the disciples, but Christians never organized their churches in the same way. Christians never worship God in the same way. Sadly, Christians never believe in the same doctrines and in the same creeds. United we stand, divided, we fall. The cause of Christian unity all throughout history has been injured and hindered because people love their own ecclesiastical organizations. They love their own creeds, their own rituals. They love these things more than they love one another. I remember the apostles among themselves were arguing who is the greatest. And you can imagine the Lord telling the apostles who were then arguing among themselves, who is the greatest? And the Lord said, the greatest is the smallest. The smallest is the greatest. The greatest is the one who serves. He who serves is the greatest. My dear brothers and sisters, the plea for unity forms the climax of the great high priestly prayer of Jesus to the Father. Obviously, if Jesus insists so much on unity, it is because He knows, the Lord knows, that we are always tempted by disunity in all its forms, from wars of religion to infighting within the parish pastoral council. Yes, indeed, disunity is one of our greatest temptations, and it is one of the greatest victories of Satan, the prince of this world. No doubt, because the evil one knows all too full well the benefits resulting from unity and harmony. And experience tells us that it is more natural for people to be divided than to be united. It is more human for people to fall apart than to live in harmony and understanding. Sadly, Christianity is torn apart by divisions. I remember one song, an old song in church. One bread, one body, one people. Isang tinapay, isang katawan, isang bayan. I was finally, we're not rushing anyway. The seminarians have no more classes. I like to quote from the New Testament in Tagalog. I got these beautiful quotations, reminders addressed to ourselves. Listen, my dear brothers and sisters. Magkaroon kayo ng pagkakaisa, magtininan kayong mabuti sa isa't isa. Magmahalan kayo bilang magkakapatid, maging maunawain at mababang loob. Huwag ninyong gantihan ng masama ang gumagawa sa inyo ng masama. Magkaisa kayo ng loobin. Huwag kayong magmataas, kundi makisama sa mga aba. Huwag ninyong ipalagay na kayo ay mas marunong kaysa sa iba. Huwag ninyong gantihan ng masama ang masama. Sikapin ninyong mamuhay ng marangal sa lahat ng panahon at hanggat maaari, makisama kayong mabuti sa ibang tao. Huwag kayong maghiganti. Ipaubaya ninyo iyan sa Diyos. Kung nagugutom ang iyong kaaway, pakainin mo. Kung nauuhaw ang iyong kaaway, painumin mo. Kung walang damit ang iyong kaaway, damitan mo. Sa gayon, mapapahiya siya sa kanyang sarili. Huwag kang padadaig sa masama, kundi daigin mo ng mabuti ang masama. 1 Peter chapter 3 and Romans 12. Overcome evil with good. Amen.